Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Rents the Fence and welcome to a brand new series. It's F1 2018 and it will be the career mode. Yes, this game just dropped not even 24 hours ago from when I'm recording this right now. So guys, fresh off of the shelves. And by further ado, let's get right on into it. Let's just do a brand new one just because it didn't really work out on stream too well. Let's do it. Let's make it like that. Beautiful. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's make the avatar. Let's see. What do we look like? What do we look like? Let's go here. What would our helmet look like? Let's take that. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, there we go. Region, we are Americans, so grab this. Driver number. Well, let's just do it. I'm a big Jeff Gordon fan. 24, that works for me. We're gonna name this guy Rents. Last name Brown, as you know me. Abbreviated name BWN. Audio name, we already know what it is. Fine Brown, there it is. Register the details. We're good to go, guys. Let's hop right on in there. Let's prove ourselves. I think where we're going to start is at Haas F1. Let's give it a shot. And I think we are going to replace... Let's make our teammate Grosjean. We'll replace Magnussen. Alright, so we're going to do short qualifying, 25% distance. AI, I'm not that great on this game, so we're going to do like 89%. And if that's too short, we can always bump it up. Park frame A rules, damage, full, safety car on, manual starts, custom brake assist low. Off, actually. Anti-lock brakes are off. Traction control is off. Dynamic racing line is off. Gearbox is manual. Pit assist on. I usually leave pit assist on. That should be manual. All right. And that should be good. Guys, here we go.
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tire wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh,
All right.
and make us all look good, okay?
Will do there, bud. Okay. That's fine with me. Let's jump right into this. All right, so...
Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm just fiddling around with everything. Tree, where should we start this year? Aero, should we go powertrain, chassis? Right now, we're about the fifth best team right now. Renault is actually ahead of us. So what we should do is, I don't want to upgrade anything yet. I feel what we should do is,
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose, depending on the result.
okay. So our first rival is Kevin Magnussen. And that's just all of our stuff right there. So let us go into first practice from Australia. Let's see how this goes. I'm really excited. Brand new adventure with this game just came out. So let's see what we got. All right. So just like 2017, it looks like we got track. Okay. So we got to do everything to get those points. So track acclimatization is first. Let's get acclimated to the track. And let's do the flyer. All right, guys, here we go. First lap in practice for F1 2018. Let's do it. The biggest thing I'm going to have to remember is I can't do big wheel movements. Like that. Oh, boy. Just mucked it all up already. Little wheel movements. So pardon me, guys. I'm no Arab and I'm no Ben, but I'll do my best. Oh, boy. I'm so slow compared to these guys. Just the staccato that I'm doing with the wheel. I can just feel it already. The staccato with the wheel, you can kind of feel it. All right, final couple of corners here. Oh, there we go. First opening lap. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be pretty. But right now it's P1. Tire management. Let's start it. Remember, the more points we get, the better it's going to be. Flying lap, of course. Good Lord. We're looking good, though. I mean, we're up in the top 10 right now. Okay, awesome. Let's go to the next thing. All right, this one's always the hardest. We saved so much fuel in that run. We saved so much fuel in that run. That's perfect. Our ERS management here. So they have added ERS management, and then we'll do qualifying pace and all that. We can get this. Takes me about 2 laps to really understand what we need to do, so.
Alright, energy management is in the right ballpark.
An interesting practice session there, then.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
Oh.
It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled.
Let's do. You're right. It's been a lot of hard work.
So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
They've been in F1 longer than I have. There's so much to learn. Let's take the humble approach. Why not?
What are you expecting out of this season?
Let's see here. Let's go with the. I'll be on track with the best drivers in the world. Well, let's do that. You know what? Let's just go with the humble answer.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Our qualifying pace. And flying lap. But we're kind of doing like a little quick qualifying run and practice just to see how we are and kind of going through the gears right now. We're not looking too bad. Just kind of went through it and up 4/10 there, so it looks pretty good. We're gonna come across the line and right there, that's pretty good. We're right there, so we're gonna get right out of that. We're gonna go to race strategy, which is gonna kind of set our fueling and how we're gonna look for the race and what the engineers need to do. So now as we come through the final turn, our first lap is pretty good. We're going to come through straight away right here. We're going to get full DRS, full rich fuel mixture. Tires look good, and across the line, we are beautiful. And we're going to retire from this session, and we're going to get set and go straight to qualifying and see where we're going to wind up.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. Many of the drivers have commented on the challenge posed by the high-speed direction changes around this circuit, but you still need to be quick in a straight line. Is that a fair layman's appraisal?
It's easy to make your car quick in a straight line, you just take all the downforce off. But when it comes to a track like this, you really need a bit more of a compromise. The main focus here is carrying speed through the fast-flowing corners, but you still don't want to be a sitting duck on the straight.
Exactly, and on this first lap that we're going to get right here, kind of messed up the exit, and we got back in the DRS, kind of tried to save it the best we could, and we came across the line in P3. So then, we decided, okay, let's go back out again, let's make another run, and this time we got a much better exit off the final corner, launched all the way down DRS full and up to P2. So we come in, we're going to sit in the garage, we're going to burn some time on the clock. We went out with about 3 minutes, and I'd say some change left, about 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 59 seconds, right around that wheelhouse, and we decided, okay, let's go right now. And so we get going in this final lap right here, and you're going to kind of see the full lap. Kind of get a really good run going through the final corner. We're thinking, okay, let's see if we can improve. We're sitting P7 right now, so not bad in our first qualifying run of the season, but I thought we can get just a little bit more. So into turn one, you're going to see we're following one of the Force Indias. I believe it's Ocon in front of us. So a little bit of that dirty wash. We get through the gears pretty good, up to 7th gear in DRS. Down through the gears, it's actually Perez, sorry. Kind of push a little bit of that dirty wake, that dirty air coming off of his car, making us push a little bit. We'd go through the section right here, and we're still up. I mean, we lost a lot of time, but I thought, okay, we can kind of make that back up. Break in deep. We made up a little bit of it. Again, we washed away, just kind of didn't get that power down like I'd like to. And then I try to overcompensate in the section right here. Got a nice exit. Qualifying is complete, so we're trying to get the most out of our car as possible. As you can see, we're a 10th behind of our time that we had before. Then this is where I push it. I get a little too much on the curb, and bam. Killed the car. Absolutely killed it. I thought we were going to have a good run, and we just decide, screw it. That's where we're going to qualify. Get off the motorbike. Say hello to the red man in the helmet. And we'll qualify 7th. Actually, 9th.
But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3, who are new drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole, Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Magnussen, Alonso, Brown and Nico Hülkenberg, Sainz, Van Dorn, Sergio Perez and Ocon, Hartley, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Sergei Sorokin. Ericsson and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
All right, guys, it's time to get racing. We got everything we needed, and the lights are going out, and lights out. We're underway in our 2018 debut season. We're getting through the gears. All right, didn't get the greatest launch, but into turn one, Alonso just leaves the door open on the outside, and we take full advantage of that. Up through the gears now, as we're just right on Ricciardo's back wing. We decide at the last moment, let's take a big lunge up there past Ricciardo, past Magnussen. Just make contact with Magnussen as he turns into the corner. We file into P6. A great opening lap for us, great opening start. And now we're all over the back of Verstappen, who's all over Raikkonen. It kind of turned into a little bit of a train right here. Kind of truly trained its way up through here. Up ahead, you can see Sebastian Vettel's actually getting a little bit of a challenge from the Mercedes. Then in this corner right here, I had to lunge over to the right-hand side because Verstappen and Raikkonen they broke a little too early for my liking, so I try to get out of the way. And we get around both of them, and we're up to P4. Really aggressive, really early, and that really helped us get up there. As you can tell, the Ferrari Vettel gets jumped by both Mercedes, and now we're right hot on the tail of that Ferrari. We're closing, and then here comes Raikkonen off to the left-hand side. We're going to give him a nice friendly squeeze off, and we're going to keep on going in P4. We're going to try to fall in line, file in, and try to follow Sebastian Vettel up and through. Hopefully we can get P3 at this point. So I'm thinking at this point, run rich revs. We have the fuel. I made sure to add just a little bit more fuel. As you can tell, we're just right there, right on the pace with those front four for the time being. Now on this lap right here, on lap 3, I get up to Vettel's rear wing. I enter the corner in rich revs, kind of let off a little bit, and this is where things started coming unraveled. The tires really hit a big point where they just died. And you can tell right here, Raikkonen's going to get a big run on the inside. Actually make a little contact with them. He kind of backs up and checks me a little bit, and I didn't expect that. Raikkonen then just goes. So Raikkonen's gone. I try to get DRS. It downshifts really weird. And then here comes the Red Bull of Verstappen coming right back. I just give him the spot. No real reason to fight when you know you're going to be in that position where you're going to give it up anyway. Magnussen's now behind us, so I'm just trying to limit the damage control as much as possible. This is lap 4 now, coming to lap 5, and then we get the call. We're going to box this lap, and then we kind of get this really big run in the middle of this lap where we catch Verstappen and we catch Raikkonen. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a good shot. I can get a really nice, good in-lap. And we kind of stay with them, and then I pit right here. We're going to make our one and only pit stop. And you can see Vettel comes in as well. So we're going to come down. We're going to say hello to the guys. There goes a Mercedes. I believe that's Hamilton. We're going to come on in, say hello to the guys. What's going on, guys? Make that tire change. We're waiting. There goes Vettel. There goes us. And we're going to follow Vettel right out of the pit lane. And we're thinking at this point, I'm thinking this is awesome. You know what? I'm right behind Sebastian Vettel. Let's just follow him through. He was fast when we got up to him. We were able to stay with him in the first couple of laps of the race. Let's see if we can do it again. So I decided to flip it into rich revs. And this is where the race really became just that headache. We come up on Sergei Sorokin, and it just a big freight train. Sorokin on older tires. The car is already slow as it is. You can see Vettel moves over on fresh tires, squeezes into the wall, and then we go, okay, kind of check up. We go 3 wide in that corner. Doesn't really work back out of it. Sorokin and Vettel then made contact again. All this in the meanwhile, I can see Magnussen's in the pits. We lunge up on the inside of Sorokin. We make contact with Vettel. I give the spot back to Vettel because I didn't really think I wanted to get involved. All of a sudden, Ricciardo tries to pass Sorokin on the outside. They make contact. So just a big wad of messes happening right there. We finally get squared away. We're we're gonna try to catch Vettel again. All this happening again, as I mentioned, Magnussen just exited the pits. He was in his pit stall as this all happened, and then we hit the grass trying to get as much as we can on the exit of turn 1. Lose a little bit. We're gonna go with DRS. We're gonna try to run these two down. Magnussen is on really cold tires, and we're thinking, and I'm thinking at this point, I can get back up there. I can at least get to Magnussen. He is my rival. Let's see if we can get the points for Haas, and I'm the first, I'm the front driver. And then right here, we're going to make a lunge, and they're still side by side. I'm thinking, okay, I got a shot. Where am I going to go? I go to the outside, and I totally didn't see that happening. I did not think Magnussen was going to push us up like that. Then they check up again. I just go into the corner too deep. We make contact again. No damage this time by. I'm going to go to the outside of Vettel. I'm thinking, okay, let's just cool our heads, and went to the outside just in case of another contact between those two. And the damage is starting to become apparent. I wash out of the groove into the grass. There goes Ricardo. There goes Alonso. And then these guys are going to check up right here. And the same thing. We got lucky again. And we're going to get all trained back up again. The truly trained effect happens again. And again, we're going to hit the back of Alonso. But this time the damage is done. And to add insult to injury, let's just kill the entire front wing. Let's kill the left side of the wing. So, at this point, the positions are gone. Here comes Leclerc. And I didn't expect Leclerc to check up right there. And we're going to try to save it. Into the wall. Let's just... There goes the whole front wing. So what turned out from being what could have been a really good opportunity turned into the worst of opportunities, and it's a big learning. It's a big learning mistake that I made right there, but we're learning. So we come into the pits, change tires, change the front wing, and what we could have had was a good, maybe even top 5 finish is now turning into a bottom of the field finish. And for the next, I'd say 6 laps, we just couldn't make up positions every single lap. We were just stuck in 18th. We were so far back. It didn't matter what I did. I was running rich revs every single lap, and we just couldn't catch even Sirotkin. We were just that far back, which just... What a way to start. That literally is just letting all the air out of the bag. You just feel like someone just kicked you in the stomach. And whatever we did, we were running some fast laps towards the end, but in the end, Lewis Hamilton is the winner. Hamilton wins the race after some brilliant calls in the pit lane, and we probably should have been up there. Not for the win, but up in the top 5. And on debut, we're going to finish 18th.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
And now let's take a look at the Constructors' standings.
Unreal. Like, we were supposed to finish where Magnussen was in the points, and I felt like I was faster than him, and We don't even get points in this race, which just sucks. But we'll just take that as motivation. We'll move forward. We go to Bahrain next, where we're going to try to get everything we can in previous F1 games. In the Middle East, those were my better tracks. So hopefully we can go there and have that same luck in F1 2018. And yeah, guys, that's episode 1. That's over. That's done with. Kind of a bummer, but we'll get it back. If you want to see more F1 coverage, though, more content, please hit that subscribe button. Take care, guys.